What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Asia stream. I hope you guys are doing great. Man, I've been waiting to launch an Asia stream for a long time, guys. I won't lie. We were in Miami, we had a good time, but I definitely wanted to come back to those sessions. They were, the first three were bangers, absolute bangers. So let's keep going. Definitely hyped for this session, and let's see if we can catch a trade together. But speaking about the open here, let's take a look at my analysis for this Asia session. Let's take a look at how the daily candle closed and if I can potentially predict something at the open. So here, you guys know, wicks do the damage, bodies tell the story. And here, you can see that this body of this candle actually closed pretty weak, I would say, compared to where we were basically an hour before the close. So here we did sweep all those lows, okay, literally 3 daily lows. We reacted to that previous order block. We closed back very aggressively with a 288 point down wick here. The body is 33 handles and the up wick is around 118. In terms of just how the candle is looking, I would predict that price has more chances of distributing to the upside within the next day than potentially seeing a wick fill. Okay, so now it will be a play based on what's going to happen during the open. It's pretty much a 50-50 at this point. If I take a look at the fib and look at the daily range right here, look at the close, we're almost at 50%. Okay, right there, we're almost at 50% of that range, telling me that, for me to take an aggressive play, I would need at least an hourly bar to close within the range here, above the liquidity formed above. So I won't lie, guys, it's gonna be a waiting game for me. I don't want to push any buttons too early. I am gonna stay patient. Maybe we'll take a scalp just based on an unfilled gap on the 15 rather than just the daily trade. But here on the daily chart, it is not telling me much. It's not really giving me the closure that I wanted in order to be very aggressive within the open. So I will 100% look for a trade, but it will potentially be off of the hourly or the 15-minute. I will need to enter with heavier size in order to make up for that Asia session, but we'll find something, don't worry. So the open is in around 30 seconds. Let's see. Like I said, this daily closure is making me is not making me very confident in taking out the previous daily high nor low. Okay, so we will take a look at the gold analysis. Let's just take a look at the open here and how it's gonna move. Maybe we'll gap up, maybe we'll gap down. The open is in 10 seconds. Let's see. I'm glad to have you back. Freaking go, man. Let's freaking go. 3 seconds. 2, 1. Okay. All right. Didn't gap up nor down. Just take a look at this daily candle. You see, like, it's pretty 50-50. We are literally at 50% of the previous daily range. For me to take something right now, it would be a complete prediction, and it's not really based on my framework. If I wanted to take a trade, I would have wanted basically the daily candle to close here. If it closed here, I would have been already long from the open right now, literally predicting that we were going to go take the daily high. Currently, I need to stay patient. I need to wait for some sort of confirmations that are telling me that I can take a scalp back to the upside. I am bullish, more bullish than bearish for sure, because of the size of that downwick. The size of that downwick is triple the size of the upwick, telling me that responsive buyers stepped in. And here, if we can find aggression above the opening price of that current daily candle, maybe we open up lower, form the downwick of that future bullish candle, flip back above the opening price, hold, and then distribute. That would be my my play potentially. So we'll see. You guys like the stream? I know I've been missing for the last the last few days, so some people are maybe looking for me, but I'm back. I'm back and back for real. Okay. What's up, chat? What's up? How did y'all do today? For me, it was a pretty good day for me. I took one trade on ES, one winner. I took that long right there. Took some time before actually hitting my target, so I was in a 30-minute accumulation. A lot of times here, I wanted to go break even, or I'm never second guessing my trade because I have one framework, and my entry. I don't really care about my entry too much. I care about my framework and being on side. I always say this. And here, it was just about the timing. The timing started to be off after spending such a long time within my my trade. Usually, the longer I stay within the trade, the more chances I have of losing it. But ended up being literally the low of day. So when I entered, should have, could have, would have, But yeah. Let me take a look at the chat here. Use your 15-minute for value gap strategy today on gold for shorts. Worked great. Amazing. Damn. How many of you guys here trade gold? How many of you guys trade gold? I don't personally trade gold, but my strategy is the same for literally every pair. It's just understanding the market mechanics. When a candle closure appears and you have a certain target that has a big likelihood of being taken out, it's kind of the same thing in any asset. The thing that will be different though is how long are you going to stay in the trade before it actually hits your TP, or how many fake outs, how many times the lows can get swept or the highs can get swept before actually hitting the target. And it's a question of how much screen time do you have on that asset. A lot of comments here. Didn't get to trade today, but I've been getting wrecked this week. Oh yeah. I think Monday when we did the session, the IRL session, I was very happy that I didn't trade that day, because I did not execute any trades, fortunately for me, but I can see a lot of people blowing their accounts in a day like this because, a lot of fake outs, a lot of accumulation, especially within the first hour and a half of the market open. Those days are, gonna make you question your edge or question yourself. But if you can get past that, you're good. Hello. Amos, looking fresh, not gonna lie. Appreciate you. Have to pull a comeback from the Miami trip, I gotta pull a comeback. Okay, a lot of different comments here. Very excited when I found out you were on Asia, as I live in Austin. Love trading with you, bro. I appreciate you, Mevi. Appreciate you. Yeah, we're gonna be trading the Asia session, and as you guys know, it's how the market moves is the same in every session. Okay, time is fractal. If I see a setup on Asia, usually what I'll do is I'll just have a wider stop and I'll let it more time to breathe. But trading the Asia session is not necessarily more difficult than trading the New York session. You just need more patience and you need to size your trades accordingly. Can't expect a certain target to get tapped in 5 minutes during the Asia session. The last 3 trades that we took together, it took literally 2 hours before hitting the target, but all 3 trades were bangers. So we'll see. Currently, for my analysis, like I said, I usually take a look at the daily chart, which is something I do not even do during the New York session. You can see, because why do I have this thesis? Usually when you have a daily high or low, I'll show you exactly right there, okay? I'll show you like 2 or 3 examples if you get. Okay, I'll show you this example. You see here, as soon as this daily candle closes, okay, this daily candle forms a high and a low. And usually when we open during the New York session, everyone is telling us to target either the daily high or the daily low. But then every time I would try to target them, I would see they're already swept. Either at least one of those sides is swept. That's for sure. It's very rare that you're going to open and you're going to chop inside the previous daily range. The only reason that could potentially happen is when you close at 50% of the bar, which is exactly what's happening today. But when you have strongness from the previous day, it gives you a very good bias for what's going to happen during the Asia session, which is exactly what I'm trading with you guys, which is targeting the daily highs or lows depending on how the previous day closed and how strong we were, either on the buy side or on the sell side. So let's say here we have all those daily lows below us, but what I can see here is that candle closes bearish. We have a lot of aggression from sellers. So here I would predict that we have more chances of seeing the daily low than the daily high. And then right there, if we have a lot of aggression from sellers within that range during the Asia session, then I'm going to look for short to target the daily low. And same thing, if the candle closed bullish and very aggressive, I would look to target the daily high. But here, why am I not executing or in a trade currently? If I take the fib from the low to the high here, we are literally at 50%. So that if I'm at 50% of the previous daily range, it means that it's a 50-50. Okay, we are exactly at the same distance from the high and the low of the previous candle. For me, I wait for confirmations that we are going to be either close to a high or close to a low. Okay, the closer you are to a liquidity pool, the more chances you have of sweeping it. So for me, if I want to take a look at potentially longing this market, which is what I want, because this down wick is triple the size of this up wick, which is telling me a good story, and we're barely closing below the daily low here, and we are at all-time highs, rejecting a lot of daily lows, rejecting that order block on the daily. Then I would look to I would basically wait for that daily candle to open up lower, build that wick, then flip back above its opening price, hold the opening price, and then potentially catch a long here back towards the daily high. Something in those lines. Is it going to happen within the Asia session? We don't know. Maybe the push happens during London. But one thing that I know is that the overnight session is very good to sweep daily targets. Very, very good. And usually if you want to have those daily targets during the New York session, you're most likely not gonna have them not being taken out already, so that's also the principle behind why we're starting those sessions so early. It's because we want to target those daily highs and lows. There is good moves to catch from 6 to 8:30. Most people that will trade the Asia streams or Asia sessions that are doing lives on YouTube are live from, let's say, 8:30 to 11, which is good, but for me, I'd rather be live from 6 to 8:30 because of that strategy, basically. So let me take a look at other comments. Okay, so Nick went through. Let's go. That's good. Amazing. Spudnik. He was literally my duo the whole Miami trip. Hey Amos, I have backtested and saw that 59% of my break-even hits, if break-even wasn't present, would go for a 2-to-1 risk to reward TP. This is based on 6 months of data. What do you think I should do? That's a good question. If your data is showing you that you're better off not going break-even than actually going break-even, but you can't necessarily replicate that during the live market, there is one thing that it means. It means that you still didn't build the confidence within the live market. So the best thing you can do is size down, build that confidence, learn how to manage those emotions when price is fluctuating and you are in unrealized profits. Because if you're over leveraged, and not over leveraged, but if you trade with good size, depending on the type of trader that you are, if you trade micros or minis, but unrealized profits is something that will be very difficult to manage if you have a risk to reward higher than a 1-to-1, which is if you see your trade going for like a 1.8 to 1, and then you're very close to your TP, and then pulls back all the way to your break even, then you're going to start doubting yourself. You're going to be like, damn, why did I not take profit, this and that, which is, you know, all bad things, because in reality you truly trusted your edge. So size down, build that confidence, and you know, I think you should do it. You should stop going break even if your data shows you that you're just better off not going break even, you know. What up, what up, what up? I wish you would stream in the morning. What do you mean? There's literally Miriam, Spudnik, and Nick Amler peak entertainment. Plus, Spudnik is literally I'm gonna say that again in a better way. But I'm very surprised with how good Nick is. And it's not a diss, it's just he is like, he's so good. He's actually like so good. What's up? Oh, we have no stop loss butcher in the chat. How are you doing, my brother? Nick Metzger, how are you doing? Switzerland King. Are you in Montreal now? I'm back. I'm back. You're looking for a long or a short. Right now I'm gonna wait for an hourly candle to close and give me the story for the next hour. Here we are currently at a 50-50 on the daily chart. Usually my first play would be off of the daily highs and lows, depending on the closure, how strong the closure was. At 4:15 p.m. the previous day, it was pretty weak, but we have a pretty big down wick. So I'm looking for a wick field here from that daily, but I would want to see an hourly candle pointing to the upside like this, and then maybe looking for a long predicting an hourly cycle or a 30-minute cycle to the upside using my daily bias here. Am I gonna, you know, hold my trade all the way to this high, which is the previous daily high? Probably not. Probably not, because we are sitting at 50% of that range, and usually when I want to target a daily high, we are very close to it, and we were very strong on the previous day. So we'll see. If this candle closes bearish on the hourly, I will potentially look for a continuation. If this candle sweeps the low, closes back within the range, and we have an unfilled gap above us, showing me that sellers were so aggressive within the last 3 hours that buyers did not get a fair exchange, I will potentially look for a quick reversal for 20-30 points. And so we still have 45 minutes left for that hourly bar to close. We have hella time, so let's stay patient, and you know, let's chat until then, you know. So here is the indicator showing me the last 4 hourly candles. What I'm gonna do here, guys, is I'm gonna take, instead of using this indicator, I'm gonna take the other one. Actually, I'm gonna take ICT HDF candles by Fadi. I'll just do the hourly for now, and I'll do the last 4 candles. I changed the body to this color, and yep. Okay, so here you can see, why do I like this indicator a lot? First, it shows me the gap without me even needing to, you know, spot them. Of course, it's easy to spot. I've been trading like this for the last 4 years. So if you have a hard time looking at those gaps and, you know, identifying those gaps, this is a good indicator. And second, I have the time left before the candle closes, so I know there's 44 minutes left before that candle closes. So I need to wait at least another 40 minutes before I have the bias for the next hour. So let's see. But yeah, this is pretty much what I'm seeing. We could put also the 15 for sure. We definitely can put the 15. That is gonna be that is gonna let us potentially take a faster pace scalp. Hopefully we don't get burned. Okay, let's do the gold analysis. I said I was gonna do it. So first thing, we go on the daily chart and we see how that daily candle closed, and we try to find a reason why price has more chances to go to the upside than the downside. So what am I reading here exactly? Okay, first let's do something. What are you guys seeing? What are you guys seeing on gold with that daily closure? Are you guys seeing longs, shorts? What are you guys seeing? Because for me, you know, that daily is pretty disgusting. Okay, why? We swept the previous daily low. We closed back within the range, of course, bullish, but we swept the previous daily high also, and we have a $40 upward. That means that currently, let's say we closed above the high and engulfed that high on the daily, I would have been bullish for the next day. Currently, unfortunately, this is a day where just looking at the daily chart will not give you the story for the next one. I don't have enough context here because of how we rejected the daily high and how we closed. Why is that? Basically, it's because there's opposite signals. Okay, wicks do the damage, bodies tell the story. So the opening price is something very important to me. This candle closed bullish, showing me that the buyers controlled the previous day. Good. So for me, within that body becomes walls. Okay, for buyers. All of this is literally walls. So I wouldn't try to look for a reversal. So here, that body tells me that we're bullish, but then the up wick is literally the same size of that body after sweeping a key level, which is a daily high. So here, it's telling me that yes, the buyers won the previous day, but the responsive sellers actually stepped in to create a wick as big as the body. So now anything can truly happen because this is a sign of reversal. That up wick is a sign of reversal. So now it's like if we close strong, I would have longed for sure. You know, I would have been very bullish. But for now, it's like there's something that is telling me that we're bullish, something that is telling me that we're bearish, just in terms of the candlestick theory here. So I am definitely not looking to be aggressive within that asset. We can take a look at other, other daily closures, and you can get my analysis on it. But let's take a look at the Dow. You see the Dow, how close is, how strong it closed. This is a moment where I would expect us to go back towards that daily high during the Asia session. How deep is that retracement going to be? We never know. Okay. And usually those gaps are very good areas to long from in order to see the daily high. But we never know how deep the retracements are going to be. But usually when we have a strong close like this, and the candle closed bullish very strongly above the daily high, I'm expecting a distribution from the first 4 hours of the Asia session. So from 6 to 10 p.m. Let's take a look at, let's say, the Russell. Russell, same thing, but we gapped down. I would still expect us to rally up during the Asia session. So on the Russell, I'm very, very bullish. On the YM, I'm very bullish. On NQ, I can't have a read. On ES, I am very bullish. Look at the daily closure on ES compared to NQ. Very bullish on ES. Gold, I can't have a read. That's pretty much it. Bitcoin, holy shit. The Bitcoin chart is scaring me. I have no money in, but it's scaring me. Look, it's actually scary. Who trades BTC or has money in BTC? Crazy. Definitely crazy. It is. BTC going to 38k. I wish, bro. It's going to 38k. I'm putting my life savings on that. I just bought more BTC. Exactly what you should do in a sense if you're a long-term investor, or if it's your, yeah, exactly. I knew Nick would just was ready for that job, because it's gonna take a bounce of at least 10% either way. Every time you reaches like a psychological level, like 60, 50, 70, it bounces 10 up and down 10%. Of course, trying to get those bounces is like pretty hard. You don't know if you have the right timing, or you could get scared trying to get that bounce. But if the best thing to do is like just hold it forever, literally, and truly believe in it, and have the conviction and accept whatever the outcome is. but I don't invest in crypto. I literally don't know anything about crypto. I would rather just trade my live account, or just have a way bigger live account, or put a lot of money within the business model that I'm in to flip my money, compared to just invest in that. I wouldn't be able to take the loss. Actually, I actually wouldn't. I know I wouldn't. Let me take a look at other comments. There's hella comments. Holy. Can you go over that strategy again that you like taking over 6 to 8? I just explained it like 3 seconds ago. I'm trying to go for the daily highs and lows depending on the strongness of the previous daily close. So if it's strong, looking for signs of aggression from buyers in order to take the daily highs and lows. Usually they're taken out during the first 2 to 3 hours. I call this the Asian rate. Basically, the strategy is called the Asian rate. And also based on fib, when it bounces off 61.8 level, would you go for long? No, I don't trade that way. I don't trade that way. It's too subjective. It could bounce from 61.8 and then re-sweep all the way to 88% and then go, and then, you know, kind of get lost within that whole analysis of... I respect fib, and I use them literally every single day in every single trade. Why? Because it gives me a good perspective of, okay, where's my 50%? And if my 50% is at a certain point, I need to be in my trade, even if price pulled back to 50%, because this is a good level to either add to my position or you know, see a bounce from it. So yeah, we doing great. How are you doing, my brother? Doing amazing, Nick. Doing amazing. Spud is good at pole dancing. Did you guys see that video? Holy, that guy made me cry. He definitely did. Bro, that guy's so funny. That guy's so funny. Yeah, Spud is still in the competition. Bro, he's literally... How many people is there? There's 8 people left? That's crazy. Is there 8 people left? Either 8 or 16 people left. 1 hour we broke structure. What do you think of that? Nothing. Your 15-minute has a IFVG. Take a change of character trade to the upside, kind of like you explained in the video you posted, with a 93% win rate. Timing is something very important within the strategies that I take. So a reason why I would never take a trade like this is because it's a prediction. This is the 15-minute chart. Okay, look, you see, this is the last 4 15-minute candles. And here, that candle will close in the next 4 minutes. If you entered that first market structure shift because you saw that we could have an unfilled gap above us, then you were aligning price but not time. In order for you to take a trade that is valuable in the long term, you need to align those two together. What do I mean by this? You need to be sure and certain that this candle closes back within the range of the previous one, and you have a gap at the closure of that candle, meaning that you can't take a trade off of that framework if you're in the first 2 to 3 minutes of that 15-minute candle printing. It doesn't make sense. You need that full-on 15-minute bar to close or be very close to closing, because anything can happen within a 15-minute cycle. you could get faked out 25 times before actually hitting the target, you know. So I wait for a candle to close back within the range and give me the full story, and then when I have this, I know I aligned price with time, and I know I have a valuable trade, you know. But here, if you took that long, one thing you didn't understand is that this candle was still had 9 minutes left before closing, so you got played. You played yourself. All right, but that's a good comment though. That's a good comment. You know, but it's like there's so many things also to take into account. It's like there's levels to this. It's like first you understand the framework, then you fuck up with the framework. You're like, oh, I win this, I lose that. You take everything. You see the value of the edge, but you take everything, and you know, you give back profits that you shouldn't have given back. Then you have the stage where, you know, you blow some accounts and you take a step back and you're like, you know what, I backtested the strategy is good. The only thing I need to truly understand is how do I stay out of those losing trades? And when you understand how to do this, then the next stage is profitability. But data is like number one. If you don't have the data, then you have nothing to lean back on when shit goes bad, you know? It's like data is the hard proof behind why you should keep trading the way that you do. And it's like the missing piece for a lot of people. For me, no matter what happens on the chart, I can guarantee you that you can put literally anyone with a different strategy than me in front of me who's going to try to convince me to trade another way. I won't, because it took me 4 years to build that strategy to the point that it is right now. You know, I know when to stay out. I know exactly the timings I should, you know, answer aggressively on, the structure, the, you know, the market conditions I should adapt to, how to adapt to those conditions, how to split my accounts, the business plan behind them, how to pass my prop firm accounts. It's like, it's a whole, it's like, it's scrappy, but at a certain point, you have so much awareness that no matter what someone will say to you, it will not convince you to trade otherwise. This is impossible. Because why? You understand throughout the whole process that if you switch your approach, there's a learning curve to that new approach. It's like you can't get good until you self-teach. Once you get to that self-teaching, you know, cycle, and you're like, okay, I'm learning from myself and not from my mentor, then you're like, shit, okay, now I'm staying out of those trades. Maybe my mentor is not even staying out of those, but I am staying out because I'm tilting when this happens, or I am not in a comfortable situation when this happens. I truly believe you can't become profitable without having your own set of rules to a certain strategy, you know, or adapting few things within the strategy. Try to copy someone like blatantly is like, you could, but you need to have like the same personality type, you know. Time to start buying? Hell no. That's what Nick is doing right now. Yo, Nick, are you in a trade? Are you in longs? You were talking about crypto. I'm dumb. My fault. I forgot we were talking about crypto. Potentially time to start buying for sure. Can you show me how to set the chart up like that with the 15 and 30-minute candle? Yes. All right, so you go to indicators, you type ICT HTF candles by Fadi. Okay. When you have this, double click on the candles. It will be different than mine. You check the HTF number 2 and 3. All the other ones you can uncheck, and you put 4 because you don't want too many candles. Of course, you can put like 5 or 6, but it's gonna be too big. You know, I don't necessarily want that. I won't lie, it's not bad. It looks pretty clean. It looks pretty clean to me. But you know, the last 4 gives me a pretty good context too. You know, and what's the advantage of that? again, for the 15-minute unfilled, you know how much time there's left for that candle to close. So then you can take a either premature decision because you know that candle is going to close back within the range of the previous one, you know, at least above the previous candle's low. And you know that looking at the structure, if you don't answer now, you're probably going to be left out. Type shit. You know? Pretty far we go until the sun goes down. Yeah. That's literally Brett's bar. Literally. I don't remember what Brett said about this, but it could be a line for the Asia session. But it was something in the lines of, I'll let Amos ride until the sun goes down, something like this. I think it was like something like this. If Brett, my brother's in the chat, you know, just remind me of the quote. I'll quote it. W, I like candle closures too. Let's go. It was about an hour ago. I responded to his comment literally an hour later. GG's. What is LFG? Let's fucking go. There's a lot of different stages crypto trades. He said stage 1 learn strategy, stage 2 infinite dots, stage 3 profit. Literally, that is a good summary. I would say it's like the number 2 is like a whole lot of bullshit, whole lot of, you know, switching strategies and, you know, not knowing what you're doing. But then at a certain point, you know, figure it out. Awareness is a good term you use instead of saying I'm not good at X, Y, and Z. I'm unfamiliar with X, Y, and Z. Exactly. 100%. Awareness is key for sure. And even when you tell me, like, I remember there was a question Miriam asked me. She was like, would you do something different in your journey? I was like, no. Because the mistakes are what's gonna make you aware that you should not do that mistake again. It's like, of course, I wish I would have done things different, but you only know that you should have done things different once you've done them. You know, once you fucked up and you were like, oh shit, I switched strategies 5 times, and you know, there's a learning curve to that. You know, but I believe everything happens for a reason. You know. You're wrong. There's many ways to be profitable, but most consistent is to commit to your strategy 100%. There's infinite ways to be profitable, but it's like there's a lot of the, you know, profitability has to go with finding the right strategy for your personality first, and also how much time do you have on the charts, how much do you expect to make from the markets. It's like there's a lot of things. So many different approaches. So many, you know, ways you can go. So many different account types you can buy too. That would lead you to become a better trader, let's say prop firm trader, than someone that your own self using another account. I'll let that sink in. It's like there is an account type for you for the way that you trade, in my opinion. 100%. There is a certain play style that will fit you better. There's a certain risk reward, certain risk approach, but it's all about finding them. Sorry, but no strategy works with risk management. Totally agree. Totally agree. 100%. Can you show me the music you're listening to? It's awesome. I don't even hear it. You guys are the lucky ones. Hearing the music in the background, I'm not even hearing it. 125K subscribers, well done. Feels like the channel was only on 20K not long ago. Yeah, it was. Definitely was. The growth has been insane. I think I joined when it was at like not full time for sure, but I was a guest at like 15 to 20K, something like that. So like seeing it going from 15 to 20K all the way to 125 is pretty crazy. Where are you from? I'm from Canada. Canada. What are you doing out there? Wait, am I lagging? I think I might be lagging right now. Oh yeah? I'm seeing myself lag on the stream. On the replay. Really laggy too. Let me fix something like real quick. I think. Oh, you think? Okay. Okay, yeah. That's the thing. It's like usually when I see my face not being blurry on stream, it's like usually either the streaming computer or there's a few spikes here and there. It's alright. Yeah, even Nick DM'd. Yeah, it's alright. It's pretty laggy too. Is it Drew's? You gotta call Drew. You gotta call Drew at this point because like right now, I think it's really laggy. Just give it a second, guys. There's like a few spikes here and there, but should be good. I was literally about to rush upstairs and be like, "Yo, who's using a TV?" Literally. All right, we're fine. Back at 600 people anyway, so we're good. There is 20 minutes left for. Okay, two things I'm seeing. All right, two things I'm seeing currently on the charts. You guys know I use the hourly and the 15 to frame my trades. Hourly chart wise, this hourly candle is going to close in 19 minutes. If this candle closes bearish and very strong, then I am going to look for cues that the next hour is also going to print to the down. Wait, why is this candle not even moving? Like, it was not moving for like 5 seconds. is I'm going to look for cues that the next bar is also going to be bearish. Okay, meaning that when this candle will close, I will wait for accumulation, manipulation to the upside, and once it can flip back below the open, maybe I'll take a short stop loss here, predicting, 15, 30, 45-minute distribution. One thing that I can see here based on the hourly, looking at the previous candle to predict the next one, okay, on a wick fill on the daily, basically. Second thing we could be looking for is if this candle closes back within the range of the previous one, we will have an unfilled gap right above us. So when this candle will close, I will look for signs of aggression to go to the upside to fill this gap, because sellers were so aggressive within the last 45 minutes that buyers did not get a fair exchange. If we have a gap above us, then the likelihood of us tapping the gap, if we are closer to the gap than the internal low, then the odds are with us. So here, definitely, the 15 is telling me go long, the hourly is telling me go short. So I need to be cautious of the next steps I'm going to take in order to take a trade. But there's plenty of time left for those two candles to close. This is the 15. Actually, the 15 is going to close in 2 minutes and 24 seconds. So we could definitely be taking some sort of longs here back to the upside. So we'll see. Is it going to be like a heavy trade? Definitely not. But this is an inside bar too. An inside bar candle means you definitely have less chances of winning than if it wasn't, 100%. I like it actually. I like the longs, especially since the hourly is not closing. So I pretty much like the longs. I'll DCA within that trade though. So here you guys can see analysis behind it. There's an unfilled 15 above us. Okay. This candle is 100% going to close back within the range of the previous one. There's literally no chance of that not happening, because there's 1 minute and 28 seconds left for that 15-minute bar to close, meaning that either way, we are still not displacing below the previous candle's low. So now it's a question of, is it going to open up higher or lower? So I need to stay patient. I'd rather, stay cash within that opportunity than truly forcing anything. But that entry right here on the inversion for value gap could be a very good entry, but I do not want to be engaging too high here, knowing that it's an inside bar, knowing that I can definitely pull back here. So I'll stay patient, still not in the trade, but looking for longs on that 15. Just want to see how strong we're going to close and then force a pullback for my entry. But it's not I don't really mind missing out on this trade. It would be more of an aggressive play than anything else, really. My bigger picture play would be to follow that hourly and just be bearish for the next hour, but we'll see. Depending on the close and the open of the new one, we might grab a good long. The only thing here that is bothering me a little bit from that 15 is there's literally no structure supporting our thesis. Literally no structure. Even if I want a long right now, it's like, yes, there's this inverse, but there's no displacement. We never truly broke above 52, which is an important high. More of an accumulation phase rather than anything else, really. So this candle closed, brand new one just opened. We have an unfilled gap right above us. Could be a quick play to see us closing and just pushing to the upside for 25 points to fill that gap. The structure is literally on the opposite side though. What I would want to see is us holding this level, sweeping this internal low, then flipping back above the opening price. That would be a very good trade. Here I would judge that being, it would just be a blind trade off of the framework. To be completely honest, that would be more of a blind trade. Do you think, Loki, what do you think about writing just one MNQ so you don't miss the potential move? That's not bad. I mean, that is a trade I would take with like 3-4 micros anyways, and then potentially add to my position. It's like the the risk management aspect of it makes you for sure like you can enter prematurely or like in a very aggressive trade if you're in very low. How are you going to react to it though? That's the question. Like if you take too many small hits like those because you try to predict too much, you might start raging after 3 losses, you know. Is Miriam your girlfriend? No. First time someone asked. She's my cousin, bro. Do you speak French? On peut prendre un short dessus encore, bro. I'm not looking for a short now. I'm chilling. Right now, just in terms of what I'm seeing, the next few moves, I'm seeing a move to the upside from here to that unfiltered value gap within the next few minutes. The reaction from that gap will tell us a lot about if we're going to be bearish or bullish for the next hour. Because if we start pushing very aggressively back above that gap and we absolutely disrespect it, then this downwick will get bigger and bigger and we'll have an unfilled gap on the hourly, which would be a good play to target it within the next hour. If we start respecting the gap though, then I will just ride the trend and look for a bearish power 3. Hey, yo, she's your cousin? No, she's not even my cousin. I'm just trolling. It's us, bro. Oh, you just killed me. That guy used the Montreal slang. It was funny. I'm liking that. Yeah, she's my sister. My sister. Yeah, don't. Darren's not gonna be happy. Pretty sure Terran's alright. You know, he don't really mind about getting rage baited in the chat. About to get some burgers. Keep killing it. Appreciate you, but damn, burgers definitely sound nice right now. I would have some. The only thing I ate today is an orange. That's literally the only thing I ate. Oh God. And 2 coffees. And water. Basically, that's the cheat code. It's like you starve yourself the whole day by not eating, and then you eat whatever the hell you want. Literally, I can literally eat McDonald's every single day. I wouldn't like. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't gain weight. Pretty sure. Also, I'm very young too. Of course, at a certain point, you know, eating McDonald's will literally kill you. But that's the strat. Starve maxing. Wait, bro literally said W8. Wait, are you using different indicators? Yo, Mints. Bro, finish your word, man. To have the 4 PO3 indicator. I have it's ICT HDF candles by Fadi and 4 PO3. These are the two. They're literally the same. It's just one of them gives you like the timing of the closure. If it can help you, but I know them by heart. It's like there is 4 15-minute candles closing in an hour, 14 and 59 seconds, 29 and 59 seconds, 44 and 59 seconds, and 59 and 59 seconds. Everyone knows that. So I look at the time here at the bottom right, and I know exactly, oh, should I predict? Should I do this, that? Or, you know, the hourly, it's 59, 59 seconds. You know it. So you don't really need the timing, really. Jacob's Trades, my brother. How you doing? I think about food and I gain weight, Amos. Jacob, I'll tell you one thing. because you used to be so skinny. But now you're eating too much sugar. Stop drinking 7-Ups and Mountain Dew that has like 90 grams of sugar in it, and maybe you'll start mugging soon, you know, because you are a mugger, but you're addicted to sugar. Aren't you fasting? I ate an orange, so I'm good. I had the biggest plate of Panda Express. How was it? What's the rating out of 10? I gained weight looking at McDonald's. Joey, it's like you have like the perfect build though. It's like you gain weight, but it's like it all looks like it's muscle anyways. it all goes in your biceps and all goes in your shoulders anyways. So like, plus you're a dad. Like you don't have, like, there's no reason to have a six-pack if you're a dad. It's like, if you have a six-pack and you're a dad, I literally have questions. I'll have questions to ask you. It's like, are you good? Because when you have kids, you get so happy, you just start eating. You need to eat clean to outmuscle your competition. I mean, yeah, depending. It's like you just need to hit your protein and your carbs, and your protein and carbs. After that, it's more about like skin health and this and that. Moss giving us looks. If you want one tip though, I know a lot of people struggle with acne and stuff. I made a lot of research on acne, and it's all about the gut. So like, one thing that could potentially clear that up, fasting would be good, and like dairy in general will help you a lot, like probiotic yogurts and stuff. But most of it is due to sleep and due to excess sugar, or just food in general, or you eating like 4 or 5 times a day. I starve every day looking at charts. That has to be literally one of the worst feelings ever, is like backtesting for 3 hours and being hungry, and you're hot too. Like 80 degrees outside, and you're starving, plus you're backtesting. It's like you literally want to die. Do you think it's easier to trade one account or copy trade multiple? That's a very good question. My answer is, it's depending on your situation. Basically, it's depending on what's your goals. Basically, if for you making 2K a month from trading would help you a lot financially, because you have a stable income and you're never gonna switch to doing trading full time, then maybe trading one account is gonna be better for you. But if you're not satisfied with that $2,000 because, I don't know, you have higher goals, or you reached a different point within your trading, then trading multiple accounts will help you stay composed and take those accounts a little bit more seriously, because the investment was more in the first place. For me right now, I literally can't trade if I don't have 5 accounts. It's literally impossible, especially if those accounts are like 50Ks. Holy shit, one losing trade, it's over. It's literally gone. The money's gone. Are you gonna take a trade today? Of course. If there's no trades, I'm gonna force one. All right, so make sure you stay. Dad build, yeah. It's not just dad build, it's like dad strength too. As soon as you're a dad, no one can beat you in arm wrestling. There's literally no. I would bet my life that Joey would absolutely destroy everyone in arm wrestling. Literally, even Nick with his big arms. I'm addicted to a Moss's smile. It's the sugar for me. All right, appreciate you. I started 16 hours fasting cycles, and within 36 hours, my sugar cravings were gone. Or bad, especially at night. Sheesh, that's good. You know what? I still have sugar cravings, and the best thing is like it's definitely fruits. Like you just eat a bunch of fruits, but still sometimes I get that urge of like just eating ice cream like a freaking kid. So I just eat it, and then I feel bad. So then I don't do it the next day, and I just come back to the fruits. So sometimes you gotta cheat. Sometimes you gotta cheat on your diet to be like, you know what? It kind of feels good to be locked in. Don't do that with relationships though, but you know what I'm saying? For food, it's good. You have to finish your kids' play when you're dead. Them picky bastards. I agree. For real though. Yeah, but what are you gonna finish though? There's really no chance of you having to finish their fries. Their fruits or vegetables, that's for sure. My husband has a six-pack and he's a dad. I have few questions to ask him. I think I lagged for a second. I'm back. No, I'm joking. It's just some people have it easier though. That's 100%. You're spot on, bro. How much time you're spending at the gym instead of with children? Yeah, for sure. Like, how do I view it? It's like at a certain. It's not about health. It's like having a six-pack is like being top 1%. Like you don't need to have that six-pack. If you're just in shape, it's all right. Oh, Trades by Slate. How are you doing, my brother? I remember seeing your name. I think it's on Twitter. I think you're, what is it? You're a jeweler or something? Like you gotta make me a chain. Make me a chain, brother. Make me a Tradeify chain and we're good. Are you actually on the Reddit and Glow? A lot of the new gens are spamming those peptides. I don't know. I think if I would be on one of those, I'd be so skinny. Would be crazy. Literally so skinny. No fried food, yeah. You eat fried food, just make sure that you know that the next day you're gonna have some pimples to explode. Amos, you got a clean six-pack? Yes, I do. I can't share that because I don't want this stream to turn into OnlyFans, but yes, I do. I do only in the summer though. In the winter, like, I don't even go out. So like I gotta try to build muscle because I know I'm gonna lose hella muscle just trying to cut. And I don't cut the right way though. It's like I do the aggressive cut, just start waxing for like 3 weeks, and then I have a six-pack. Literally, like the worst cut ever. I literally lose like so much muscle, but I really don't care. I'd rather be athletic than buffed. Because I'm not tall. And if I'm buffed at my height, I will literally look like a mini pickup. Literally. I will literally look like I have the weirdest build ever. I remember I think I was with Nick, Like a guy with like my height went like he crossed the street, and I'm like, God damn, I'm glad I never took the gym that seriously. It's like, you know. Okay, so hourly candle just closed exactly what I. The play back to the unfilled was, you know, I saw it. Was I able to pull the trigger here? No, because of the structure within the 1 minute chart. I had the read, you know, this, you know, the 15-minute candles told me the story, but the 1 minute chart was not aligning. So if I lost on that trade, I would have been mad at myself. So it's better to just stay cash here than just actually taking a loss on that one. We're gonna wait. This hourly bar closed bearish, so we have a new one just opening. Purely looking at the opening price of that candle and how we are, you know, distributing to the downside, I would be expecting some sort of bearish distribution for the next hour. So two levels I'm going to be looking at a lot is going to be this low, okay, and the opening. So if we open up very strongly and all those sellers cannot truly defend their positions, then the gap will be my target. But I would need to get very close to that gap and in a way, you know, really truly disrespect all those sellers and be very close and then force a pullback within that range to tap the gap. That would be first. Or second, maybe catch a short back down to predict the next 15 to 30 minutes. So we'll see how that goes. It's pretty far though, pretty far away. I don't like the size of that downwick 50 handles with, you know, a 50 handle body. It's kind of the same thing that is happening on the daily chart, but you know. Asia live stream, no Amaz glazing time. Yes. Bro is so blunt. What does that mean? Amaz is blushing? I'm always blushing. You literally tell me one thing and I'm blushing immediately. Are you a dad? I literally have the opposite of a dad aura, literally. What satisfies you, Amaz? In terms of like payouts? 5 accounts. If I have 5 accounts, I'm satisfied. GHKCU peptide. The pretty boy peptide. I heard it's the pretty boy peptide, but I'm not gonna take it, you know. That's cheating. That's cheating. If you're taking peptides, you're cheating. People with melanin don't get acne that much. Is that true? Is that a true statement? I'm pretty sure it's not true. It's really based on your hormones and your, because I think my aunt had pretty bad acne, like, or multiple people in my family had pretty bad acne. I just get into flow state with the charts and forget about eating till my caffeine runs out. Yeah. The deadly combo, literally. If you're doing this, you're a freak. It's, if you're taking Zins plus caffeine, you're literally a freak. Hamas's mustache is bullish. I'm literally gonna trim it tomorrow. You know, I get a haircut once a week, because if I don't, either my mustache gets too dirty or too big, and you guys are gonna start, you know, talking shit, or my hair is gonna get too long in the back, and you guys are gonna accuse me of having a mullet. So then I'll get rage baited in the chat tomorrow morning, and you know. So every Friday I do my haircut. As I've gotten older, I don't really crave sweets anymore. Oh yeah, damn. I crave sweets all the time, literally. First thing I did when we came back to the hotel the first night, I ordered everyone a brownie and an ice cream. And they were like, holy shit, you fat ass. I was like, no, don't think about it twice, just eat. I'd long Amas's mustache. Make a homemade ice cream with protein powder in it. That is great cheat. Okay, one thing I'll say, I tried those recipes and people on TikTok making those, they are disgusting. As soon as you put protein powder in something, it tastes like shit. Literal shit. Absolute shit. And especially if you try to make those calories low, you're literally gonna eat like rocks. Thai bowl. What's that? I heard of the name, but I never got that. I would guess it's a trend like the matcha thing. And all the girls just eat that. Acai bowl, that's for sure. That's my guess. It's like a TikTok trend or something. Using stevia instead of sugar. Yeah, I heard that. Hey Moss, do you do martial arts stuff? That's a good question. I do boxing. Do I, am I like an amateur, or like do I have any fights in my belt? No. Under my belt. I don't have any fights. Some sparring here and there. I have hands, but hopefully we'll never use them, because even if you know how to defend yourself, it's like in the worst case scenario. Literally, like, you literally have no other chance than surviving if you don't, So like, it's cool, but I'm at my age. I'm not even gonna try to get knocked out, or gonna spar someone who's gonna go hard and throw big punches. It's like, bro, I don't got time for that. I swear. As soon as there's like a bit of adversity within the sport, I'm out, literally. Did you wait? Have you tried those drizzliest snacks that Spud was eating all day? No, bro. Spud, tomorrow if you're on Spud's stream, just tell him to go like to actually to actually run this week, because we literally ate around like 7,000 calories every single day in 4 days. Literally. And I was reminding him every day when we were in Miami that we did that. Also on the 6-pack, the 4-hour body will show you how to get an 8-pack. I don't think it's even possible to get an 8-pack if you don't have it genetically, I think it's genetics, or like you need to work out like to get your abs like strong and stuff. I'm not doing that. I'm never gonna do abs in the gym. If you catch me doing abs, bro, there's a big problem. I'm never gonna do that. When my gym, if I'm going to the gym with someone else and he like takes the gym seriously and he says like, yo, we gotta run the abs at the end, I'm staring at him, I'm like, no, literally never. How come no one asks how tall is Amos, how much he weighs? Everyone knows at this point, I'm 6'4", 225. Yes, sir, I make that jewelry. Yeah, you gotta make me a chain, Trace by Slade. Sorry, I'm literally just trying to go through all the comments, so like definitely there's new comments here. What are peptides? It's basically substances that you're gonna it's like steroids, but that are not steroids. They're gonna either help you lose weight or have a better skin, regulate things. It's so new, not a lot of research on it. If I have one piece of advice, is stick to creatine and run and water. No trades in Asia session. Yeah, I'm gonna take one. Chill. let me find one. This 15 is gonna close soon. Might take a short. Might take a pretty good short here within that range. I'll wait for a pullback right there. That 15 is gonna close. I like it. I just wanted to see how that. I think I got late to the party here. Might have gotten late. Briv. Okay, so now the 15 is displacing below that low. That's some good questions. Someone asked, what's your workout routine? I've been training for like the last 5 years. So I started training, no, not even more. I think I started training at like 17. You know. And, you know, the gym for me sometimes gets so boring. It's like lifting weights gets so boring at a certain point. It's like I prefer playing a sport so much, you know, and remaining athletic than just, you know, going to the gym and lifting weights and this and that. So like right now, I try to switch it up every single like 2 months. And I would say I'm currently doing an upper lower split. And you know, it's more like an upper lower upper lower. An upper lower split is just basically trying to hit a lot of the muscles, but multiple times throughout the week. Because the studies are showing that if you overtrain a muscle, it's not necessarily better for you, because that muscle is going to be so tired from the workout because there's so much volume that by the time that you recovered, which is going to take you 1, 2, 3 days, you could have hit that muscle multiple times throughout the week, which would have given you better results at the gym. So like that's an approach that I'm trying to, you know, tap into a little bit, which is upper lower. And you know, I'm kind of tired of the push pull legs, and you know, it's kind of getting boring at this point. It is. What are you guys doing? What's the best split? If you guys had to give me some advice on the splits. Reda gets you muscles faster. Isn't? Gotta subscribe to see that pec. That's all right. So we're gonna do a giveaway, guys. We're a hell of people in the stream. We did not even do a giveaway. Let's reach 300 likes. We're literally 600 now. We're at 163 likes. Let's hit 300, and we'll do a giveaway. I tried it out, but I already had a good physique before. Just got me ripped up for summer. Yeah, I mean, if you're doing like a cycle real quick, you know, it's just to give you that little push. I mean, it's not bad. If you try to, you know, if you're going to abuse it and like take it every single day, it's like, it's pretty crazy, dude, to me. Yeah, a lot of youngins speed running their lives with TikTok steroids. Yeah. Of course, there is people with better genetics than others. Okay, there is, and it's true. And some people are just gonna be more muscular than you. But one thing that tells me that someone is taking steroids is how much muscle does he have when he's very lean. If you can hold a lot of muscle mass and you are extremely lean, like to a point where we see your veins, you are most likely on something. Most likely. And of course you can say that's scope, but that's just my experience. And it doesn't mean don't get fooled in the gym into thinking that, okay, the biggest guy is like he's on juice. It doesn't truly mean that way. It's not always the case. Sometimes it's like literally the 18-year-old kid with, you know, with the most average muscles, most average you know, physique, that is on something because he's just trying to speed run his process. Oh, okay. Slade, you saw my short form. Appreciate you, brother. Slade said saw us on the thumbnail, and I always like his short form content on social, so I had to stop in. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Dude, you can rock the mullet. Go for it. I rocked it like a year ago, and I saw pictures of myself, and I was like, oh my god, who led that? Who literally let me do that? Holy shit. It's yeah. I could potentially put out a video here, and you guys are gonna laugh so hard. It's so bad. I gotta release the files. I won't lie. You guys need to laugh with me. It's so bad. If you're in my Discord, you already know what it is. You know exactly. You know exactly what it is. It's like I had literally almost no hair here, and then the hair on top came all the way to my eyebrows. It was a disaster, literally a disaster. At my old age of 22. Bro, I had to defend myself 2 weeks ago. Prepare. How? Can you tell us a little bit more about that story, Mexican dance? But don't put too much details in it. Yeah. Bro, you need only 2 exercises: weighted pull-ups and weighted dips. That's it. I agree. Damn, that is a calisthenics guy right there for sure. But you're right though. I would say dips. No, yeah, it kind of hits the 2 muscles for sure. You need something for the shoulders though. How much do you rate this trade? I just hit the target, so you know. It was kind of hard to take it here. I really wanted the break, then the pullback, didn't get it. So you see, I'm just riding the previous aggressive participants, trying to see a move. Now we're gonna be forced to look at that 15-minute chart. So I need 300 likes, guys. Come on, 300 likes, and we're doing we're gonna do some good accounts. Don't worry. All right. Within that stream, it's so new. I can easily code by saying, you know, we need to get some new people in. Easy. Amos, can you tell us your everyday routine one more time? I lost my notes. I'm being dead ass. Okay. I wake up. Okay. I like 9. Drink a coffee. Take a shower. I take literally 3 showers a day. All right. I don't shower my hair every time though. Like I shower my hair once every 3 days. Okay. That's how you get the curls or like the waviness. But if I do cardio or like I have a soccer game or something, then I will wash my hair for sure. I hop on the chart at like 9:45-ish. Not even looking at the open. I really don't care. 9:45-ish. I usually take a trade, my first trade on my first set of accounts. Depending on how I split my accounts, but let's say I have 5 Tradeify accounts, then I have I'll split my accounts into 2 sets, and the first set I'll take my trade from 9:50 to 10:10. I have a good strategy for that. So I take my trade. If I win, I win. If I lose, I lose. Then I have another trade that is forming at 10:30, and I take it on my other sets. Good. Once I'm done with that, I have a window from 11 to 12:30 that is kind of free. But at that moment, I post my daily P&L on socials. It takes time. You would think that it doesn't take time. It is literally a full-time job. All right. I post on Twitter, post on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all the platforms. Post short forms, and make my tweets. By that time, it's already 12:30. Grab another coffee, so second coffee. Hop on the Asia stream. Hey, what am I talking about? Literally tweaking right now. Not the Asia stream. I'm hopping on the trading floor. Okay, trading floor from 12:30 to 1:30. Then I have I have from 1:30 to 5:55, which is when I start the live stream for Asia. So from that window, I work out, I create content, I run scripts. You know, that's pretty much it. And then at 8:30, I still usually I still have not eaten much. So from the 1:30 to 5:55 window, I'll eat like fruits. You know, I eat some fruits maybe. Like right now I'm eating watermelon. Okay, because it's summer and you know, low calories and stuff. I like it. And yeah. And then I go Asia stream. So at 8:30, I at 8:30 I start eating. Literally, as soon as I'm finishing the stream, full sprint, 100-meter dash to eat. On God. You should try paddle. I did paddle. It was so cool. It was so cool. Yeah, upper lower split is amazing for me. You know why I love the upper lower split? It's like I don't have to go as much. I don't have to do as much volume on one singular, you know, muscle. Let's say if I do bench press and I'll do heavy bench press, and like at the end of the let's say the next day I cannot even move my chest. Literally, I cannot do anything with it. Which with the upper lower, I don't really feel the fatigue that much, but I still grow. I don't know if I grow though. I've had the same physique since 2017. I'm joking, but like since 2022, I barely grew anything. I swear. Have you been to India? No. Will I go to India? I don't know. If you invite me, probably. If you invite me, I'll go. Are you from Tunisia? No, I'm from Algeria. But cool fun fact, every time someone asks me for my ethnicity, if we are in the States, okay, there's literally no Algerians at all in the States, which is North Africa. You guys might not know, but I just say I'm Moroccan because it's the country next to us. And I'm like, you know, he's like, it's literally someone asked me last time. It was like, well, what ethnicity are you? I was like, Moroccan. Every time, literally every time. It's the same shit. Okay, now, okay, what's your sign? Sheesh. Who believes in sign here? I don't believe it. I don't believe in it. Right now, I could literally bait you into thinking that I'm a sign, and you'd be like, damn, I see it. You know, I see that part in you. And then you're, you know. Do you recommend working with Tradeify? Is that question. Mark my word, they will literally be #1 firm ever by 2027. On God. If not, I'll stop trading. Literally. The faith in that is like crazy. I'm telling you. First, we're going for that 1,000,000 followers on YouTube. I think we can get it, literally. Can actually get it. Do you recommend working with? What do you want to do? What's the job you like? Are you talking about, you know, working as a, you know, as a trader in terms of, okay, I'm gonna buy accounts and, you know, trade with them, or are you talking about being an employee? That's different. What's your sign? My sign is I'm a Cancer. I'm a Cancer. So, you know, can't do if you're doing something bad to me, I might cry. It's not even a joke. You know, I do the tough guy here behind the screen, you know, rage bait some of you guys. But, you know, I'm crying. I'm a crier. No, I'm joking. No, to be honest, I like I don't even know what like a cancer would do. Like the sign. Can someone tell me? But I know what usually people are saying is like they're sensible. Much love, I'm out. See ya, my brother. I don't know if you're out of the stream or you're just out of the trade. But no girlfriend. No, I don't have a girlfriend. I don't. I don't. How many hours do you trade? In my live account, I would say like 2 hours in a day. And within, trading in general, I would be like 4 hours. Any full body push pulls. Okay. You like it. That's cool. I would say push pull legs is like, it's close to, definitely close to upper lower split. You mentioned soccer. Are you a fan of any team? I'm not a fan of any team really, to be honest. Who's my favorite? I literally bandwagon on a certain player. If a player is hot, okay, pause. Oh shit. That was crazy. Like I mean, like he has a lot of goals and he has skills and stuff. I'm gonna start liking him. Let's say there's one Cherokee. I don't know if you guys know him. Hella skills, I love his play style. So I'll follow the team he's gonna be in. That's the type of guy I'm, Or I'd say even in American football, my favorite player is Tyreek Hill. Why? He's the fastest. He's the most, And even if he's in the Miami Dolphins or Kansas City, I don't care. I follow the player. Who's like me? But pause. That was crazy. I literally said, I'm just waiting for a player to be hot, and I like him. That's how, bro, chill. Or North Africans have the same culture, kind of, kind of. Hella Algerians in Texas. How? Amaz, do you like Latinas? That's a crazy question. What do you think? Of course I do. Who don't? What's your idea behind the trade that you were trying to take? Okay, so for me, two things. If a candle displaces, look, okay, when this candle prints and closes, it tells me a story. And it tells me what's most likely going to happen within the next hour. If this candle closes bearish, I am not trying to fade the previous candle's close. If it closes below the opening price, it tells me, okay, sellers within the last hour were the one controlling the market. So the worst thing I could potentially think of doing is waiting for a sweep of that low, a flip back above the open, enter on a shift, and predicting that it's going to go to the upside. This is literally the worst thing I could do. Why? Because I want to follow the trend. Candle closes bearish, I'm shorting. If a candle closes bullish, I'm longing. So here, when this new candle opens up, I would want to see if we can go up first, forming the up wick of a future bearish candle, pull it back below the opening price, and then close. Okay, so here, the reason why I wanted to short that market was, okay, if we do end up closing back within the range, we will have a gap above us. And if it closes bullish, that candle closes bullish and, showing me some reversal signs, then, I will look for a long. But if we do close bearish below here, I would expect us to not come back towards the gap above me, which is exactly what happened. So even if there's, a slight wick here, for me, this gap becomes a breakaway gap. It becomes a gap that doesn't necessarily need to get filled because of the way that we closed below 94, which is that previous candle's low. So for me, now, since I know that the likelihood of us going back towards that gap is lower than us actually distributing down and creating a bearish candle, then I want to trade with those sellers. So any bearish shift here is going to be used as a potential short opportunity, and it's more about being right on the on who's in control and being right on the overall trend rather than focusing so much on entry models. I try to be on side as much as I can rather than try to top and bottom tick the market. So you'll see me having a wide stop, but always with the same kind of analysis. But my job is to be on side and have the right direction. So that's the way that I do things. I missed out the entry on a few points. It's all right, not too bad. So we're gonna look for another trade. I saw another opportunity, which was the unfilled 15-minute gap. Was not able to take it. I did not like the 1-minute structure. It's better to stay cash than taking an unnecessary loss. But let me literally 1 minute. I'm coming back. I'm back. Sorry for that. I had to go to the bathroom real quick. Brett, my brother, he literally caught me in 4K going to the bathroom. You asked me, no, I didn't wash my hands. All right, no, I'm joking. How are you doing, Brett, my brother? Hope you're doing great. I'm doing amazing. What's that quote you said last time? That's what we were trying to remember. You said something in the lines of, Hamas is gonna bring you all the way to the sunset, something like that. What exactly did you say? Because I need to write down that line, so I'll use it more often. Yeah, you guys in the chat are crazy. There's really some comments I cannot even talk on. All sensitive cancer. Didn't say that. I'll take it. Hey Mom, do you recommend just trading one evaluation to get it to pay out before buying more? If you're just starting out, I think it's better for you to start with 1-2 accounts for sure. But in general, if you've been trading for a while and you have some sort of expectations from this market and you know exactly what you're doing, I think going for more accounts is so much better, because you know that even if it takes you 1 month, 2 months to request the payout, you know, it's an amount of money that will satisfy you in general, and you know, it will keep you pushing even if you're on a losing streak or a break-even streak. You will always have that in mind of, okay, I will eventually get to that 10K payout, 15K payout, depending. But that's really what helps me push. It's having those bigger accounts, and having 5 also is just the best. Yeah, Brett, my brother, made me the spirit, literally. He caught me in 4K. Tyreek Hill has the most babies in a single year. What does that mean? Has the most babies? Yeah, I like Shirky, yeah, for sure. You know, when I was 16, I went to friends for a soccer tournament, and at that time I really thought I was gonna go pro. All right, like I really thought I was like, I had what it took to at least, you know, be like Division 1 in Canada, or like go to the MLS. And I was pretty good. And then I went to France, and we played against national teams, so like the best caliber. And when I'm telling you, we did not even touch the ball. It's like we saw, and in those people, there's literally no one that went pro potentially that we played against. But it's like one of the highest levels, but still not like an academy where like 10 out of 15 players go pro. And it's soccer is hard. It's like it's so simple, but there's so many players that it gets deep. The game sense that you need to have, and you know, it's a difficult sport for sure. Yeah, it is a pretty trendy Asia session. I wanted to catch those shorts, which, you know, just looking at with my overall perspective, look, let's just try to predict the next bar using my analysis. All right, candle closes bullish, I'm predicting the next one will be bullish. This one is bullish, predicting the next one will be bullish. Bullish, buy. Bullish, buy. You see, you still had a pretty big move to the upside. Even if this candle closes bearish, at a certain point, you will reach a top, okay? So if you have the, you know, that mindset over and over again, sometimes you'll be overextended and you will lose. It's all right. This candle closes bearish. Okay, now it's time for a reversal. There's a gap below me. Let's look for a short. Big aggressive candle going to the downside, looking for shorts only. Within that whole candle distributing, if you are able to be on side, no matter your entry, if your entry's is, you know, in a slight pullback, you will most likely win the trade if your stop loss is as big as your take profit. Sales again, and same thing for the next hour. It's distributing to a downside. This is exactly what I predicted. But if this candle ends up closing back within the range very aggressively, has a pretty big down wick, and we have a gap above us, that would be a reason why I would think the gap would get filled before the actual down wick of that moving candle. So we'll see. Maybe this will be the trade that we're going to take together, or even that 15-minute unfill within the next 4 minutes. Let's see if something good happens. I don't want to leave without taking a trade. I would feel bad. You know what I'm saying? $300 likes? Is it? Come on, guys. You gotta reach the like goal. 254. Why are you lying? You literally baited me. So we're doing a giveaway, guys. At 300 likes. I literally got mad at the guy. He literally baited me. He's like, oh shit. But yeah, we need 45 more likes, and we're doing a giveaway. We're going to do 150K select account. All right, 150K select account. So yeah, a moss got no tech. I mean, You only get mad when someone says something true, you know. So I can only laugh at your statement. Literally. It's like telling, I don't know. It's like telling Elon Musk that he's not smart. You can't. You know, he's gonna laugh at you. Maz, do you care if you are in a position when Tokyo opens, or it doesn't matter? It doesn't really matter, really. For a one-to-one trader, is Tradeify instant account better than one phases? That's a good question. Let me think about it. For a one-to-one risk reward trader, it is. In my opinion, it is. Because for you to go the select route, or like the growth route, you would only like seek the benefits of wasting time on an evaluation account for like 2 weeks, because you have you have no consistency during the funded, which is literally no ceiling. You can hit that high risk reward, which is going to make up for you trading that eval, which is, you know, going to double, triple, quadruple your ROI on that initial investment, which does make sense if you have a high risk reward. If you have a low risk reward, I think the best route would be to not even pass an eval and just immediately grind on requesting your first payout. And especially with a one-to-one, when you've been trading one-to-ones for a long time, you know one thing is that the market gets streaky. Basically, you go into streaks of either break-evens or wins, especially break-evens, okay? And what happens is that you don't want to be necessarily, especially with a one-to-one or low risk reward, you want to have accounts when the market meets with your strategy. If you don't have any accounts when the market is meeting with your strategy, and the next, you know, it doesn't happen, you know, in a span of a month every time that you're gonna have a winning streak. Sometimes it's just win loss, win loss, win loss, and then, you know, you get your winning streak. But that winning streak is what's going to get you to a payout if you have a low risk reward. But if you are not prepared, or you were not, you know, well equipped when that winning streak occurred, then you probably missed out, and it's going to take you another 2 months to request it. You know, you never know. So that's my vision. I know that throughout a year, 7 months out of the year, I do very well. 3 months out of the year is like, I don't do very well, but I survive. And 2 months out of the year, I get absolutely smoked. Knowing this, if I don't have 5 accounts on those 7 months, I'm not gonna make money. You know? That's, you see that perspective. It's like, I already know I'm gonna lose. There's always that in a year. I know, because I'm referring to my data. I know there's gonna be months I am gonna get fried, literally fried. I'm not. It will be impossible for me to make money. Let's say in March I lost money, and I own it. All right, what are you gonna do about it? All right, what are you gonna do about it? Lost money. Well, I'm up now. All right. All right, 300 likes. We reached the goal, so now we can do the giveaway, and it's still going. Come on. No pullbacks whatsoever. It's crazy. It's crazy downtrend. The hell? Get back here, boy. Get back here, boy. So how are we doing the giveaway? Is it with bot Ricks, or do we have it? Wait. Tony, do we have the bot now for the Asia session, or is just, you know, me? No bot. All right. Okay, so the word will be. Let me read a few more comments before we do the giveaway, because your questions are insane, amazing. I love you. I love the people who are active in the chat. You know, I would literally kiss you guys on the cheek. You're right, Amaz, but it needs dedication, discipline, just like trading. Were you referring to sports? I'm pretty sure you did. But it's like the game is rigged, bro. You got to be very, very good to a point where some people will get opportunities, and those people are not necessarily better than you. And that's, life is unfair, and it's true for every business. You can literally go in finance, it's going to be the same thing. You could be the smartest, you're not necessarily going to have the opportunities that a kid has, because his father knows the guy, or this and that. It's true. But I would say in professional sports, it's even more rigged, because like the money flowing there is uncomparable to any other business, truly. But if you're that good, there's no chance of you not going pro. But we're not talking about you being that good. We're talking about you being like good, but like you need to face opponents that are actually better than you for you to eventually get to that level, which is, I think, the case for a lot of people. Not, it's not true that you're just gonna be better immediately. The adversity is gonna make you better. The people who you're playing against every single day are gonna make you better. Your coaches, mindset, your teammates, just having someone who has a lot of experience. Let's go with the giveaway. Shit. Kissing, keep it PJ. I would. The World Cup is rigged. A lot of things are definitely for sure. So, oh my. This is really the question I'm asking myself. How far is this gonna drop without actually pulling back? That is crazy. You see, I was bullish, but now we literally got an open low that is so aggressive. I'm thinking about shorting the market in general. It's like just for the daily low. Now that we are, you see, just let me take my fib from the low to the high of that daily bar. Now what's currently happening is that if we truly had sellers within that buyers, within that print, we would have seen some sort of bounce from that wick. We would have seen aggression from them defending their positions, especially within that upper portion. If they're truly strong, we would have seen aggression from that upper portion. What am I seeing right now is capitulation. They are getting fried. So now we're getting closer and closer to an internal low. So my overall thesis, looking at this down wick, telling me the story for the next daily, is getting invalidated while I'm seeing the market being basically reacting to it. Okay, it's going down, creating 1 hour aggressive bearish candles. The market is not ready to reverse, in my opinion. No, as soon as we could hit some levels that will make us bounce, but daily chart wise, if we don't bounce from now, I'm seeing the previous daily low being the target during the London session. I'm not seeing us reverse all the way back. That's how I view the market. But that's the thing. It gets pretty hard though during the Asia to have the right timing. If the previous daily candle was not strong, like you could get literally destroyed just having the wrong timing, but the right framework overall. That's why you could just enter micros and let it ride throughout the whole overnight session. I think that would be good. My long got cooked. I mean, I don't blame you for looking for longs in that daily wick. it just doesn't want to. It doesn't want to push. I wonder if Spud cut that short from the high. I'm pretty sure Spud is gonna wait for 9:30. If he blows his account during the Asia session, it would be crazy. Yeah, the shorts. Maybe Miriam's in shorts. Maybe. Amos, our friend, is a coach for the Blue Jays. You like baseball? Damn, that's cool. So you guys know some important people. But baseball, never played. Never played baseball. Do I watch baseball? I watched the final, the finals with Toronto was playing, or Blue Jays. I think it's Toronto. But I watched the finals. They lost. The Blue Jays lost. No, pretty sure. But I'm really not big into baseball. I respect the sport though. I know it's definitely hard. Are you gonna watch the FIFA World Cup? Absolutely. Absolutely, I am. Has Bud passed? Yeah, he made the cut. He's 8th right now. I think there's how many? 1, 2. Yeah, I think there's 8 people left within the competition. It's pretty crazy. 8 people left. You know, getting that amount of consistency back to back on each day. Oh, we might get a trade here, guys. That's a good 15. I like how that 15 is pushing back up. I like it. We still have 30 minutes. It's definitely I'm definitely not in a rush to take a trade, but if I see a good opportunity, I will definitely not shy away from it. All right. Let me see the volume here. 20 handles. All right. Might need to enter 1 or 2 minis, at least 2 minis, I think. So currently, hourly bar displays very aggressively below 16. Okay, so the previous low. Aggressive, it's bearish. So for me, my overall thesis is that the market will go down. And for the next hour, it will potentially do the same thing until we hit an important level, and then the next hourly candle is going to close bullish. Until then, I'm looking for shorts. So currently, I want to look for signs of aggression from sellers and signs of weakness from the buyers. When am I going to pull the trigger though? Might be 71 on that breaker. Let's see. There was no news for that drop. It just dropped. Tired of all-time highs. Might be the top. It'd be a good sell opportunity. I just want to make sure that this 15-minute bar doesn't close strong and has a gap above it. If it does, I would want to wait for price to go back towards that gap first before actually shorting, or potentially even longing back towards that gap since it's the next target. I want to stay patient. Still 30 minutes left with me, so don't go anywhere. Oh, I still need to do the giveaway. Shit. Forgot about it. 319. All right. I'll just because I need to wait for that trade to show up. Oh shit. Yeah. Kind of need to pull the trigger right now, actually. pull the trigger right there on that pullback. Or even here. Let me pull the trigger here, guys. So I'm in. And some shorts. Might add to this position because it's, you know, the volume is pretty small. 15. I want to risk more than this. So I'm in a starter position right there. Might add on the way up. I just want to make sure that this 15 is not closing strong back up. If it does, I'm gonna take away. I'm gonna leave the position for a small loss, like a, you know, $100 loss. Let it come back to the gap, then give me another setup. But then I'm gonna enter heavy as hell. All right, all my brothers. We gotta let it ride actually a little bit more. I just don't want it to be an aggressive open to the upside. I gotta make sure this 15 is weak. Gotta make sure this 15 is weak. So I'm in one mini. Might be like a 20 to 25 point scalp. Ready to add though to this position if I get the chance. But it's not a good area to add. Definitely not. Definitely not. Riv. 59. Let it like this so you guys can see it better. So far it looks like this. I want to see the open low, bro. We open low at the Tokyo Open in 3 seconds. Don't open high. Yep. Alright, I'm out. Just quick scalp. Just quick scalp right there. Just quick scalp right there. I'm out. Low 15 points. I think it was like 12, more like 12, but low quick scalp right there. Scalpy scalp, $300. If it would have wanted higher there, then I would have added maybe in something close to like 400 or 500. Holy shit. Bit of the spacing more for sure. Yeah, little quick scalp, not bad. Very fast though, but I think, holy, who's still in the shorts? Who's still in the shorts? I entered here, barely any drawdown. Did I really want to enter full size here, knowing that it could definitely potentially fake me out on that 15? There was literally 2 minutes left, so if it did close at 76, I did not want to take a full size loss for no reason. So just entered with one mini, got the push down, made some money on it, which is good. So a little base hit. What was it, 15 points? A little bit more than 15, like think it's like 17 points. So like 350. You made 350 on it. I got a good slippage on it. Got a pretty good slippage on it. We're good. So we're four out of 4. Okay, can we get some W's in the chat, guys? Even if it was a 15-point scalp, it's not exactly like the other trades that we took together that were a little bit longer. But I told you we're just gonna adapt to what I'm seeing. If I'm seeing, that the market is not giving me a bigger picture play based on the daily, I will need a scalp and get in and out very fast within this market. And I think that's also a very good thing to note. Not every day will give you an opportunity to swing for the fences. Some days you need to be versatile and know how to scalp, because it's the only way for you to make money on that day, since the market is not necessarily going to move or give you the cues that will make you want to risk a certain amount for a bigger picture play. Was a good short right there. Just following the same thesis right there. Bearish, 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 bearish. Until this candle closes bullish and shows me aggression to the upside, why would I try to reverse the market? I know it looks dumb and it looks, too simple, but your strategy, in order for you to be profitable, I'm telling you, you don't need like volume, order flow, TPO, this, that. You need to know when to stay out of the market. It has to be, the simpler it is, the less you're going to overfit your strategy, and the less randomness you're going to add to it, and the more you're going to be able also to see a good trade and also accept the outcome. Because if there's so many variables that will make you take a decision here and there and then make you doubt, the emotions are going to take over for sure. So W's were 4 for 4 now. 4 for 4. 4 Asia streams, 4 trades. And you see, like, when I take a trade, I'm in a trade. Right? I'm in a trade. And the P&L fluctuates. Right? I'm not saying that I'm in the trade and I'm not in. I'm literally in. You can see it. That's pretty much what I do. What are the higher time frame indicators on the right? It is ICT HTF candles by body. So I have the 15 and the hourly. Oh, giveaway. Now we can do the giveaway. Okay. Let's I'll do the old-fashioned way. Of course, I will never be able to beat the rigged allegations with if we're not doing it with a bot, but on God, I'm not gonna rig it, right? We'd never do it. All right, so the word is, what's the word? All right, the word is bearish. Okay, so I'm gonna close my eyes. Okay, I'm gonna get up as much as possible. Okay, and I'm gonna select one person. I need to have below a 1 second reaction time, so I'm not capping. Okay, and I'm not even reading any of your names right now at all. So I'll let you guys 15 seconds. I'm gonna close my eyes, start dancing a little bit to win. All right. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Oh shit! I don't even have my. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go up. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Kim trades. On God, it was Kim trades. I don't think I'm gonna be able to beat the rigged allegations on that one. I won't lie, but on God, on everything I love, it was her. So congrats, you won a 150k select account. GG's, congrats. So you guys can literally stop typing bearish. Okay, we're gonna do another giveaway. We need 400 likes. All right, we're not too far. We're 342. Took a win, small scalp. We're good. We got plenty of time. Rigged. So make sure to have your email within your YouTube description, Kim, and we're gonna send you the account. Totally fucking rigged. My mom, bro. My mom doesn't even know I trade. Nah, I'm joking. Next word, rigged. Oh my god. There's literally nothing I can do. Let me make a female. Yo. Oh my. You guys are never gonna be satisfied, bro. Literally never. You guys are rage baiting me. Okay. Let's see. Cube giveaway, bro. We stopped doing the cubes, Rubik's cube, literally because of that. No, we stopped because a lot of people were like, yo, I was 0.5 seconds away, bro. Please. You know? So at 400 likes, we're gonna do another one. All right. Again, 150k select account. I'm telling you, I have one second. I need to have a 1 second reaction time. You know? Literally 1 second reaction time. So at 400 likes, I'm doing another giveaway. And I hope someone, I hope that it's someone that typed rig in the chat that wins. So you know. Duck race on Google. Duck race. How can we learn your strategy more independently, depth, and slower to take better notes? My YouTube channel. I have a lot of videos on my YouTube channel, Moss PFT. Pretty sure if you watch all the videos, you're gonna learn exactly how I trade. So you're gonna be good. It's gonna take some time for sure. No. Then the code is not gonna be rigged. Yeah, exactly. I knew when I saw the name, I was like, all right, I'm gonna get flamed right now. At 400 likes, I'm doing another giveaway. 150k select account. But yeah. So still a beautiful trade. We're still seeing that bearish distribution. I'm telling you, the daily low has a lot of chances of being taken out now with how aggressive we were. Just purely using the same candlestick analysis, but using the right time frame in order to see the entry. So the daily, for me, when I see a daily chart, the hourly chart is the one that I look for to validate my entry. Okay, so here on the daily, I had this high being my target at first, but then we opened up very aggressively, disrespecting all the gaps to the left. If we were truly bullish, we should have bounced anywhere from here, or at least from that level, which is 41. But we're being very aggressive, seeing lower and lower prices right now. I view the previous daily low being taken out within the next 2 hours. Block here of orders. Okay, those wicks, and this candle ends up closing bullish and very aggressive, then my next targets will be the gaps above us. And then I will be like, okay, even if on the higher time frame we disrespected all the potential buyers that should have defended their position within that downwick, we need a lower time frame retracement to find sellers to then have enough fuel to see the daily low. That's how I view it. It's like, what's the next boss stop, or like, what's the next train to catch? Literally, where's the next Uber? And here, pretty clear to me when you see a candle closing with aggression. So bodies, wicks, tells you very, very good information and timing. Why didn't you just move the stop? That's a good question, because it's easy to say when you see the trade go here, go all the way down. But what's usually gonna happen is that candle, when it's gonna take the low, it's gonna fluctuate and it's gonna pop right back up and potentially stop you out of break even in literally the span of a 1 minute bar. So like, I had the analysis. I did not, at the end of the day, right now, I did not see any great opportunities, like such a good opportunity to, size in for a, $800 plus trade. I saw an opportunity to size for a $300 to $400 trade, made $350. So be it. So like, I took a 20-point scalp. This candle ended up being, a 35-point candle, but satisfied with the profits, did not want to see more, did not have faith in that setup. Such faith in that setup that I would have predicted it going down 50 points below my take profit without hitting my break even. Literally had no faith in that. I don't feel any sort of ways also when I see a trade, ripping above my take profit, ripping below my take profit. I really don't mind. It's like, I had a certain read. I was able to get a piece of the pie, even if it went below or above. So be it. There's plenty of opportunities I will be able to catch tomorrow to make an extra 5, to make an extra 800, and to finish the day up pretty well, So that's how I view it. I don't try to force anything. For me, if I lost $1,000 on that trade, I would have taken a step back and be like, all right, maybe I sized in too heavily on a setup that was pretty much overextended. It is starting to be very overextended. Pretty much, it is. It is pretty much overextended. It's rare that you're gonna see 5, 6, 7 back-to-back 1 hour candles printing in the same direction without any pullback, like aggressive pullback. And those aggressive pullbacks can happen within an hourly close. They can bait out everyone, and know what I'm saying? So I don't mind. There's a 9:30 open tomorrow. There could be another opportunity within the next 5 minutes too. You don't know. How much volume you will find in Asia to trade a 1-to-1 or 1-to-2? I don't exactly understand the question that you asked me, but for me, if I can grab from anywhere from a 15 to 20 point scalp, I can trade Asia. So like, the range really needs to be so small for me to consider not taking a trade. What time frame did you request the Ubers? I either request an Uber on the hourly or the 15. Literally. Like, where's the next Uber? It tells me that the roadmap is on the 15 or the hourly. Asked my 50k select and now up 700 on the funded big W. Let's go. Congrats, brother. To be honest, I find what I'm thankful, grateful, and congratulatory, it's when I catch a win. When I bitch, I don't win forever. I like that mindset. That mindset of, if I bitch about something, or if I want something too bad, I'm gonna act in a place of lack, basically. I'll give you an example. Yesterday, I swear to God, that's true. Yesterday, when I had a flight back to Montreal, and I was in Miami, and sitting next to me, I arrived at the airplane, and there was a guy sitting next to me, and he was like when I saw the guy, I was like, okay, you know, that guy, he looked he looked like an important person. I don't know why. It's just the feeling, the feeling that I got when I saw him. And then, you know, at a certain point, we started talking. I started talking to the guy and got to know him. And turns out he was actually an actor, you know, and was in multiple movies. Not, you know, an actor that is like super known, but he's still he was featured in a lot of movies, and had like 500,000 followers on Instagram. So I was like, damn. And when I saw that guy, you know, and I was talking to him, I was like, there's a part of you that wants to, you know, engage in a conversation where you're gonna gain something from that. But as you have this in the back of your mind, you're gonna literally do everything in your power to repel that person away from you. You're gonna literally give him all the red flags, and he's gonna see through it. But what if you're truly trying to be genuine and literally just try to laugh with them and just, you know, have a good time, then something might happen, you know, which is exactly what happened. You know, the guy ended up giving me his number, and, you know, was really was being a really nice guy. But that goes to show it's the same thing in everything, literally, even in trading in general. It's like, the more you want it, if you want something too bad, let's say you want to win on that day so bad, something bad is going to happen to you, literally. It's like I think the best mindset to have in regards of trading is like treating it as a side hustle, you know, treating it as a side hustle, putting a lot of efforts into it, like you're an absolute, you know, you're very obsessed, but in terms of emotional attachment, being totally out of there, and being literally having no expectations, and treating it as a side hustle. And when you can do that, you're like, anything that can happen to you, you will not be surprised. It's like when you expect something to happen, or when you want something to happen, that's usually where you're gonna sabotage yourself. We are very close to previous daily low. Do we trade that? If you were not in already, that's the thing. It's like you can find a good entry on the hourly and then letting it ride all the way to a daily target, but we can't just chase it because there's a daily target that is close to being taken out. You see, it's like, I always talked about this. The only reason why I would potentially hold the trade for longer is if I have a model inside a model. I have a candle, let's say, I'll give you an example. I have a gap below me on the daily. Okay, let's say I have a gap below me on the daily, and these were the last 3 bars. That was the first. That's the gap. Here comes the second. And here's the third, let's say. There's a gap below me, let's say. Okay, and that's the gap. And then that's the daily chart. So you know this is your final target. Okay, the reasoning behind why you're bearish on the daily. But then within that bar, then you find that it pushes up higher, and then on the hourly, it gives you a pretty good break of structure, and then you enter. Okay, and then you have your stop loss here, let's say. Then you can take out your profits at the most recent low, but instead of doing that, you want to let your runners run. That is a good moment where you could anticipate those runners to run and actually that to distribute. But you found your model in the first place within the hourly, so that is a good reasoning why you should aim for the previous day low in the first place. But try to chase it just because you're close, you don't have substance behind the trade. You don't really know what you're doing. The timing could be off. You could literally bounce from here and for no reason, like no technical reason, because everything's moves are random at the end of the day. It's like you need to find your edge within those random moves. If my edge doesn't show up, or my I don't have any read on the candle, I don't know where price is going, and it's normal. So that's my take on it. So like, is it a good play to catch the previous day low right now? My opinion, it's kind of too late. If you were not in already, it's kind of too late. Are you thinking about taking another trade? No, I'm not thinking about taking another trade. Actually, not. I feel a long soon. Who feels the long right now? It hit my buy area. I mean, we are absolutely overextended. It is like, it wouldn't surprise me if we bounce a little bit. Like, it wouldn't surprise me at all. Am I predicting that it's gonna happen? No, I have no read on it. Every candle is showing me more aggression on the 15. It's like bearish bar, bearish bar, bearish bar, bearish bar, bearish bar, again, back to back, until this bar closes back within the range of 198. I will not have the full conviction of a pullback happening within the market. So if you buy here, right there, you're trading off of levels. You're trading off of reactionary levels, and I would say you're someone who values key levels. I don't. I find them subjective. There's a lot of subjectivity in them, because you can bounce from either here or there, or it's hard to be mechanical with it. But if you found an approach that you're able to catch those bounces consistently, then I would like to know about it, because those approach are, especially if you're not using the fib in general, it's pretty hard, man. It's pretty hard. I just like to wait for a candle to close and let me know the story, instead of predicting the story of the next candle. Because if you're trading from reactions, let's say you want to wait for a box to get hit and then you're in, you're basically predicting that this 15-minute bar is going to flip back of its opening price, push to the upside. And if it does, of course, it's going to go back towards the gap, and it's going to give you a pretty good move. But you're predicting. That's what high risk to reward is all about. It's like buying low, selling high, kind of taking the plays based on being in a good risk to reward situation, rather than being fully technically, mechanically right on the analysis. You know what I mean? Yeah, Nick is still in the long. Shit. At 400 likes, I'm doing a giveaway. We're at 391. So 9 more likes. Someone took off his like. You know what I think about it? You know what I think about it. If you pulled out your like, how salty are you to pull out your like? Someone else did. All right, GG's. Getting rage baited right now. Live. I hope he went short. I hope he went short too. Shit. This is literally a falling knife. So many people are getting burned. Now it's over. Now the previous daily was over. But I think if you were not in from there, it's a bad play. It's a chase. It's a chase. We only know it was a bad play until you get stopped out. You know, that's the thing. It's like in the next 2 minutes, you could have two very big, aggressive, bullish candles that will make this candle close back within the range, and then the next play would have been the unfilled. But you don't truly know what's gonna happen. You don't truly know if this would have been the best play to wait for because this candle is still fluctuating. You only know when it's too late or you missed the opportunity. 400. All right. The word will be it's a good word. Okay, the word is Asia. All right, the word is Asia. So you can spam Asia in the chat. I'm not looking at any names, all right? I'm gonna be sitting on my phone right there, not looking at any names. Oh God, if you say it's rigged though, we're banning you. All right, it was fun in the first place, you know. It's like, you know, I'm a fun guy, cool guy. Oh God, you say it's rigged again, you're banned. All right. Can't have a toxic chat. Gotta have the best chat in the game. Know what I'm saying? We do. We definitely do. All right. So I'm gonna close my eyes. I'm gonna count to 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm gonna go up. Jensen FX Chers. Jensen FX Chers. Congrats, my brother. You just won 150k 150k select account from Tradeify. Make sure to have your email within your YouTube description. And yeah. So you guys can stop spamming Asia. It's over. And yeah, GG's. Bro. All right, it's already time for me to say goodbye. It was an amazing stream, guys. We talked about a hell of different things. We took a trade together also. That makes us 4 for 4. It was a, you know, quick scalp. Around 17 points on that scalp made 350 bucks. So quick in and out. Of course, I wish I would have been in that trade for longer, but it is what it is. It was still a good analysis in general. Was able to have multiple reads within those 2 hours and a half. Hopefully you learned something new. Hopefully you're gonna be there on the next stream too. But I appreciate you guys so much, and I see you guys tomorrow on the trading floor from 12:30 to 1:30. Peace out.